Bath oils. Let's talk about why you might want to consider a bath oil over the more common bubble bath. So it might sound like the most obvious choice in the world because let's be honest, who doesn't love a tub filled full of bubbles? It's the ultimate indulgent way to wash away the stresses and strains of the day. But increasingly, for loads and loads of ladies, a bubble bath comes at a cost, and that's afterwards when you get out feeling all warm and lovely and the itching starts, the sensitive kind of sore bits, the eczema, and a quick poll of some of the ladies in my office confirms that pretty much everyone confesses to having some sort of sensitive skin condition to some degree or another. So, and that's really why I am a firm believer that a bath oil is sometimes a better choice. And what I'm going to do here is talk about some of those reasons and give you the facts to be able to make a decision based on your own skin. So what is a bath oil? Well, generally, it's a plant-based oil, though it can be synthetically derived. It's added to water to bathe in. And in my humble opinion, the best oils are made from plant oils and are scented with essential oils. And the reason why I think they're the best is that you get the moisturizing and hydrating characteristics from the plant oil, and you get the most amazing scent from essential oils. Now, that's not to say essential oils are for everyone, because there is no doubt about it that they can cause some people are sensitive to them and they can cause an allergic reaction. So it's just about the right oils. And if you have very sensitive skin, it is worth doing a patch test first. Other things you might find hidden in your bath oil: an emulsifier, and oils with an emulsifier kind of tend to kind of create like a milky type oil. And also you might find synthetic fragrance compounds and colors. So let's talk about the most important bit of a bath oil, which is or let's talk about the most important bit of a bubble bath compared to a bath oil, and that's about the bubbles. So bubbles normally means a detergent. A detergent usually means sodium lauryl sulfate or a variation thereof. It's not that these are all bad, but typically they can strip the hydration from your skin, and if you have very sensitive skin, they can kind of give you that kind of tight itchiness that so many of us see after taking a bath. And I, as much as I loved having a bubble bath, for me the cost is too much, and I would much rather these days use an oil instead. So putting detergents to one side, let's talk about the oil, the actual oil in your bath oil. So not all oils are created equal. As I say, I am a huge fan of the real thing, the plant oils. And I also would encourage you to look out for plant oils that are organic. They're certainly not refined and processed, whereby a lot of those moisturizing characteristics are kind of taken from the original oil. So some of my favorites: apricot oil, it's softening, it's hydrating; camellia oil, it's a really nice light oil, it's antioxidant rich; safflower oil, thistle oil, very mild, good for sensitive skin. And one of my favorites, jojoba, which is actually a wax. But what makes it special is this is very similar to the makeup of our own sebum, which is why it feels so great on the skin and doesn't leave a greasy feel. What about the fragrance? So fragrance or parfum, as it sometimes appears on the label, can include a whole load of stuff, and that's exactly the problem. Everyone likes their product to smell really, really nice, and it's just about where that fragrance or scent comes from. So I use essential oils. They're more expensive. They're natural. As I say, they're not for everyone. If you have extremely sensitive skin, you need to exercise caution. But in my opinion, they do a much better job. You have the most amazing scents available, feminine, florals, rose, patchouli, ylang, those herbaceous green scents, citrus, rosemary, or something more Mediterranean and zingy, grapefruit oil, citrus oils. So the thing about parfum or artificial fragrances is that for those of us with sensitive skin, it can be an absolute nightmare. You don't really know what's gone into that fragrance, and if you have super sensitive skin, it's very common that your skin that it gives you some sort of reaction. And the thing, lots of those bubble products that you can get are full of artificial fragrances and sometimes colors as well. So I absolutely unequivocally am not ashamed to say that I would recommend essential oils if your skin can tolerate essential oils every single time. Right, what about color? So colors are very similar to fragrances. So, and let's be honest, if your product looks like it's, I don't know, a shade of sea blue, or it's pretty pink with glittery bits inside, well, you know that it has some sort of artificial color within. And my advice is really, if you have super sensitive skin, you just want to stay clear. We're not can't really be sure what that color is made up of, and for sensitive skin, really, in my opinion, it's not necessary. It's just not needed. So, are bath oils good for your skin? Well, we've already talked a little bit about the plant oils and their makeup. So my advice would be that depending on the oil within your bath oil, it can nourish your skin, it can protect your skin, and really that's what makes the bath oil so special. And this is not new. Sort of ancient civilizations have used bath oils for millennia. It's only now that in our desire for new, shiny, exciting stuff, that all of these variants, these artificial variants, are popping onto the market. So the other thing that I like about plant oils is they're similar to the natural oils with our own skin, which means they have a really nice skin feel and affinity with the skin. And it's not to say that a bath oil is going to leave you feeling like an oil slick, because it absolutely shouldn't do. Depending on how much you use, and with my own bath oils, they're super concentrated. So you need the tiniest amount, literally for an entire bath, about half a teaspoon, and that's plenty. So this is not about kind of, not only is it very cost efficient, it's not about, you don't need to use lots and lots and lots of product. Yeah, I mean, as I say, my recommendation: real plant, real oils, organic oils, natural oils that haven't been refined. You really do get some really nice skin benefits in terms of hydration and nourishing the skin. I would suggest avoiding the foaming bath detergents. I mean, to be fair, there are a number of more gentle foaming agents on the market now, and perhaps I'll do another post about those separately. So it's not a case of everything bubbly is bad, but I would suggest that for most of my customers with sensitive skin, with the caveat that you can tolerate essential oils, that I would suggest that is that from most of my ladies find that is a better bet. What about the other ingredients? So one other thing to consider, and that is that If you think about what's in a bubble bath, it's likely a large percentage of water, which in itself is not a problem. But think about if you're paying, well, if you're paying a pretty penny for a beautiful bottle of scented stuff, and it's 70% water, that's a lot of your price going on water. And the bath oil is all it's all plant oils, essentially, all plant oils and essential oils if you go with the natural option. So that does mean it's many times more expensive, but my view is that you use less and it's nicer for your skin. So you tell me, what's your experience? Where would you rather spend your money? What works for you? Let me know in the comments below.